Hello friends, welcome back to the yellow Evo 8 build. So my goal with this thing today is to hopefully get all of the body panels back on. It may not look like much, but I can assure you getting these doors fully reassembled with the wiring, the window motor, the window, both windows I suppose you have. In the rears you have the main window and then the triangle window, all the seals, all that good stuff. It's a couple-hour process because we really got to take our time, make sure we don't scratch our beautiful new lightning yellow paint job. Y01 is the color code, if you're wondering. So yeah, that is the goal for today. Now we do need to backtrack a little bit. This window right here, it's in good shape, but I feel like it could be better. There's a little bit of pitting going on. I'm gonna go ahead and yank the window out of the parts car. It is tinted, and yeah, we need to pull that tint off, make sure it doesn't have any sort of pitting going on. That's the nice thing about a parts car is we can combine both cars into one perfect, hopefully perfect car at the end of the day. So yeah, let's go yank that window out and see if it's in good shape. I'm thinking that hopefully, because it is tinted, that it's actually going to be in better shape than I'm imagining. My hypothesis is that the tint is protecting the window, because it looks like it's in really good shape. I bet it's perfect. Well, hopefully we didn't need that piece because I just broke it. Just yeeted it. Dang it. Okay, door panel is off. Very, very good condition door panel, mind you. I am doing the SSL door panels, so they're pretty sick, but if I wasn't, I would be using these for sure. So, to get the window out, this bracing right here has to come off. There's 2 bolts for the window itself. All right, what else? The only other thing is a screw up top. And that should hopefully allow us. Let's just unbolt everything. How about that? I'm trying to not tear this plastic sheet because I actually need all of the plastic sheeting. I threw mine away. Thinking I could just order new ones, but apparently you cannot. At least I'm not finding them available from Mitsubishi. All right, there we go. So that window's out of the way. This one's got to come out of the way first, and then the main window can come out. All right. Hopefully that one's in great shape as well, because I need it. Oh yeah, everyone needs a parts car. Best purchase ever. Okay, let's get this seal off. Figured out a good solid way to get the tint off, which I think should be pretty easy. Should just be able to peel it off. Not bad. Now let's see. Is she mint? There's a bit of glue on it we're gonna have to get off. Looks mint. Absolutely mint. Best way in my opinion to get tint off. Saturate it with Windex. Grab a brand new razor blade and scrape her up. You would think this would destroy the window, like scratch it, but for some odd reason it doesn't. Okay. It appears this window is in perfect condition, so I will be using this. Let's hope this guy is just as nice. I feel like the longer you can let the Windex sit on there, the easier the glue comes off. Now, of course, you couldn't do this on a rear glass that has the defroster, but any other glass, this works wonders. Alrighty, windows are nice and clean. Let's carefully pull this window back out and get these things swapped. You guys definitely can't tell on camera that it's pitted, but trust me, it is. It's not bad, but it ain't perfect. And we need perfection. Okay, small windows out, big windows out, new big window going in, new small window going in. I don't know why I sound like that. Okay, donezo. I think I might even go as far as like putting the door panel on, putting that seal on. Yeah, that would be sick. Just to have it 100% complete, you know? Okay, let's see about refinishing this molding. This is very important to have nice. So I'm gonna clean it up. I got a product here I think is gonna do the trick. If it doesn't, we'll have to see about buying a brand new OEM set. But if we can make them look good, we might as well save a couple $100 because I'm sure, just like every other part for this car, it ain't gonna be cheap. So I'm gonna clean them up with some isopropyl alcohol. Okay, let that evaporate for a sec. And we are gonna be trying some of this Cerakote ceramic trim coat on this piece here, if it ever dries. A little bit of airflow, maybe that'll help. Yeah, it does actually help. Let's see how good this stuff works. Well, I know it works good. I just don't know if it's gonna be good enough for our trim. So it comes on this little applicator pad. Ooh, it does not smell very nice. Oh boy, you can see the level of shine this is giving the trim. Now we do, for a proper assessment, we do need to let this soak in for, I would say at least an hour it takes to soak into the plastic. Wash and dry, wear gloves. After application, allow a minimum of 30 minutes before driving or exposing to moisture. Well, color me impressed. I know I've used this product in the past, but it's probably been at least a year. So here's how it looked before. So here is one that's not coated, right? All four of them were in this condition. And to my surprise, I shouldn't be surprised because like I've said, I used it in the past. This is how it looks after. The Cerakote trim coat. Doing wonders. Look at that. Wow. Now I don't want to put it all the way on yet, just because we still need to vinyl this section here. But as you can see, that looks like a brand new piece. Alrighty, moving on to the front door. We already got it hanging a few days back. We just need to get it assembled. So you almost need to start with the door handle, it feels like. But before that, put this guy on so the door actually stays open. Door handle is pretty tricky actually. The next one I build, I'll show you guys what I have to do. I would recommend not doing some painting on these guys, which I'll show you. This guy here, the latch is going to go in before the window motor. These guys up front are quite a pain. There's a clip we have to get to on the back side of one of the locks. It's a pain, but if someone else can assemble it and we can disassemble it, we can certainly get it reassembled. I ain't gonna lie, I was just kind of being a baby. It's really not that bad. If you go in from right here where the window goes in, we should be able to rotate this clip. That was nothing. All right, with that being done, we can move on to this here window motor. So it's gonna sit in here like this. All right, let's take a good look at this window before we waste our time putting it in. So So before the window goes in, this seal has to go on. Before the seal goes on, I want to do the blackout on this piece here. Give her a good old wipe down with some isopropyl. And it seems like if you start at the curved end first, makes it a little bit easier. Alrighty, she is laid down. Let's just get her trimmed up real quick. This one went on pretty easy. Like I said, start at the curved end first and then work your way up. Much easier that way versus starting with the flat end. Now that that is done, this window seal can go in place. You know, it would probably help if we started out with the right side. After a bit of finagling, the window is in its tracks. All right, one more seal to get on and we are done with this door. So this seal takes the pink clips, and I find it easier to put the clips into the seal first and then clip the seal onto the door. I did end up taking them out before paint. I wasn't going to, but I did. I don't think it really matters if we use the white or the pink or the yellow or the green, but pink is factory. Just verified on the parts car that the pinks go on the driver's front, passenger front. I like to start up here, clip her down on there, start pressing her in. So if you take the seal, kind of put it at an angle, and I'd use a little plastic panel popper to press it down in there, into the groove. Last, very, very last thing to install on this door is the wiring. Good old wiring harness. It's always a little bit difficult trying to remember exactly where these harnesses clip in, but it's not impossible. Once you get it going, you kind of see where everything clips in on the door panel. I'm not quite remembering where or how all this clips in, so I'm gonna go take a peek at the parts car. Something's not right. So this has to go back there. I'm truly amazed at how long these doors actually take to assemble. I feel like I could have built a whole freaking motor, assembled the entire undercarriage. Could have done a lot cooler things, but you gotta take your time on this kind of stuff, man. It is what it is. Takes a long time. There's a lot of random little pieces that you gotta remember where they go. You can't obviously mess up the paint. And it's gotta be done. Slapping just a little bit of trim coat on this piece right here. And then I think I'm gonna run and grab, I think it's called butyl, if I'm not mistaken, to reattach they guaranteed us up to 200 washes. I don't know who even washes their car 200 times in the lifetime of the car, but I must say that's a pretty incredible guarantee. Oh, and by the way, if you're in a pinch, you can get it at Walmart. If you don't feel like waiting to order online, at least I think you can. Last time I checked, you could get it there, which is pretty cool. I'm glad the shine dies down. That's what it looks like when you first apply it. Not very good looking, if I'm being honest, but as soon as it soaks in, it looks OEM. Immaculate. Sometimes I'm not very intelligent. Seemed a little short, didn't it? Immaculate. That's better. Trying to get some of that butyl for the, whatchamacallit, I think Home Depot's got some. 40 whopping feet. Now it's not black like OEM, it's gray, but for $5, I think it'll work. So what I'm gonna do is mark where this guy here sits. You know what? I actually think it's gonna be easier to put the butyl on this plastic sheet first, and then go ahead and put it on the door. Yeah, this is gonna work, I think, better. I was a little bit confused as to what this is even for, but according to you guys, it's actually pretty important. It keeps out the moisture out of the door panel, which is very important. I wonder if this is the same stuff that I buy for headlights when I reseal headlights. It may work. And the reason I say that is because the stuff that I'm buying for the headlights is like $30, if I remember correctly. And this was $5 for 40 feet. Okay, that's on. It appears it's in the proper location, and it's very sticky. The reason I didn't want to run it is because it kind of makes the door ugly looking, but it's gonna look a whole lot more ugly when our door panel gets waterlogged. And speaking of door panels, we should put a door panel on. I'm very curious to see how these SSL panels look. I feel like am I missing a piece? There's a bracket that this guy has to screw to. I don't have it, apparently, but I know who does. The parts car. I don't like how it's rusty. I know it's supposed to be just bare metal, but I'm gonna go ahead, give her a quick glass bead, pull that rust off. It only takes a second, just to make it nice and pretty. Does it really matter? Obviously not, but to me it does. Brand new. Well, that wasn't smart. I put my bag of bolts in the door panel. Alrighty. Who is ready to see the best Evo 8 Evo 9 door panel installed? Ho, 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 ho. You can't say that ain't freaking nice. Wowza. I love it. So there's a screw that goes in the back, screw that goes in the front. That guy, a little cup, switch, cover, done. Window switch, unfortunately, is on top of the bathroom in the storage area up there. So when we do the rest of the interior, we can get that installed. But other than that, door panel is on, and I'm very, very excited about the SSL panels and the whole entire SSL interior that will be going inside of this Evo. We may as well do the front. Weird. Interestingly enough, the window switch from the SSL to the non-SSL, they're actually different. I had no idea. Alrighty, we can finally move on to the driver's side. I'm telling you what, these doors take longer than frickin' anything. So same concept as the passenger side. I'm gonna start with the rear door, get the gaps good with the quarter panel, go ahead, slap on the front door, get the gaps good with the rear door, and then fenders we don't really need to install until the motor's in. So I'll probably just wrap those guys up and set them elsewhere. I might put them on just for fun to see like how cool this thing actually is gonna look, all yeller, nice and yeller, but there's no sense in having them on and potentially getting them damaged. You know what I'm saying? Now remember, a 12 point keeps your bolts nice. Greatly reduces the risk of chipping the paint, which chipped paint on bolts is the worst. Now, if you would like to be ballsy, like I like to be, and install your doors yourself, here's what you're gonna wanna do. Harbor Freight special stool, lift kit, set your door on your lift kit, and install it at an angle like this so you greatly reduce the risk of chipping like the quarter panel and whatnot. Now, of course, it's still a mite bit hairy, but it's not bad. Remove the lift kit, and we now have a door on the car. Alrighty, we may as well hang the front door at the same time. Just get it over with. Beautiful. Looking more and more like a complete car every day. Well, guys, you know when you start messing everything up, it's probably... Hello. Scared the shit out of me. I didn't know that was you. I thought it was some homeless son of a bitch coming in here. What I was saying before Remy scared the shit out of me is when you start messing everything up is when you know it's time to call it a night. That rear window has to come out again for the third time because I keep doing the wrong order of parts and I'm in a rush, in a massive rush. And the reason I'm in a rush is because I keep missing the gym. Every single day since we painted this car, I feel like I don't get enough done, so I keep staying super, super late. And then it's like 10 p.m. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna go to the gym, of course, at 10 p.m., get home at midnight, wake up at 4. It's a little bit sus. So yeah, I mean, you know what you just heard is you just literally heard Devin making excuses as to why he hasn't been going to the gym. And I have not missed the gym that many consecutive days in a very long time. Let's pull in the Type R. We put a brand new battery in that car this morning and it was at 12, it was like 12.7 volts. Actually, before I pull it in, I'm gonna throw a voltmeter on it real quick and see what it's currently at. So last night, or pretty much every night, it'll drop about 0.2 volts over like a 6 to 7 hour period. It's been sitting all day since the morning, probably like 14 hours. And if it didn't drop more than, let's say like half a volt, we know the old battery was shot. So let's take a gander before I start it up. It better be freaking good, I tell you what. I did see your guys' comments about the battery laying down as well, and apparently it's only a specific kind of AGM battery that you can lay down. I thought it was all AGMs, but I must be mistaken, so that also could be the reason why this battery drains. But anyways, did I leave my freaking keys in here? I better not have, because that would ruin our test. 12.6. We still have a... Why? I hate this car. 12.32. Dropped 0.3 volts by sitting here. But then again, the keys were in the car. But if I'm being honest, Bobby's keys were in her car last night too, so I don't think that's the issue. Because her car with keys in it overnight dropped 0.05. This thing just dropped 0.3. And as our parasitic draw test showed, we only have a parasitic draw of 19 or 20 milliamps, which is nothing. Unfortunately, I have another car to cram in the shop these days. I don't really care to put anything on the lift right now, so let's see about fitting 2 wide. I think it's easily possible. I've done it before. This STI I'm definitely not gonna drive. We ain't got no clutch, as you guys saw. It's a little sus. And it smells like shit. Oops. Oops. Keep ramming into things. I'm actually gonna be kind of impressed if I can get the other STI to fit right there. All right, let's not sideswipe a car. That's as close as it can go. That'll work. Sick. Not ideal, but it don't matter. Type R goes right here. Whew, done. I'm gonna let it sit overnight, again, with the key out, just to make sure. Even though I know that's not the problem. Right now, we're at 12.41. Tomorrow morning it's going to be at 12.2, and then the next day it'll be at 10, and then 0. Letting one thing slide on your car build is the same exact slippery slope as missing the gym one single time. You miss the gym one day, the first day you're like, damn, that sucks. I know I should go, but it's just one day, it's fine. Second day, it gets easier to miss. Third day, even easier. A weekend, you're like, I've already missed 6 other days. What's one more day? And that, my friends, is how you become a fat ass. You don't want to be a fat ass. So don't miss it once, then you won't miss it twice. Same concept with the car build. I let that one thing slide with the freaking window regulator, not getting the proper bolt in, and then it's like not a big deal. But then you let something else slide because you're already in your mind, you're like, okay, what the hell? Who's running? I thought that was Remy running. In your mind, in the back of your mind, you already know that it's no longer a perfect build because you already let one thing slide. So, moral of the story, do exactly what you say you're gonna do. You say you're gonna go to the gym every single day, do it. If you say you're gonna attempt to build the world's nicest Evo, stick with it. You'll be amazed at what freaking happens. And that's coming from somebody who just missed 5 days in a row at the gym. I know how slippery that slope can be, and like I said, man, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.